Hello and welcome to our next video. In the previous videos, we learned how to create a word search exercise and how to make the document accessible to anybody else on the internet. These are the basic things to make it work. But there are a few other things connected with the principles of teaching and principles of learning. First of all, what we need to remember is who this exercise is dedicated to, whether these are young learners or adults, and what the purpose of the exercise is. If these are young learners, we should always remember about providing them a list of such words. It could be given, for example, to the right or to the left, over or below word search. To give you an example, this is what we might do. And then, when the students find the words, we may simply use the line so as to cross the words out. However, if we want the kids to learn and memorize the spelling, we may have such a list, and for example, we may quickly change the font, for example, into white color. Then it seems to disappear. It's good, especially if we want to avoid some kind of teaching, because whatever activity takes place in this document, it's the activity that you, the teacher, and the student may see. It's real time, that's why it's perfect for education. That's the first thing. It's good to have this list anywhere in this document, but it's always better to have it than not to have it. Also, for the sake of your own remembering what words have been included in this word search and how many in fact words there are. Another important thing to do is to have the hint. So what in fact the student is expected to do. Of course, when you talk, it's easy to say, especially if you have those learners who are not maybe very good at reading, so it may still prolong conducting and completing this exercise. But if you have more mature, more advanced students, why not? So we may simply type, and here I would say find 6 words relating to family members. And that's it. That's all I want my students to do. If these are adults, I'd recommend this kind of exercise in a form of consolidation rather than something to practice. With adults, we need to practice actively, so to use words in speech. Unless the word is said, uttered, we cannot check, for example, pronunciation, collocation, grammar, and these aspects are vital so as to memorize the word and then to pass it into long-term memory and use it actively, not only to know it passively but use it actively. Therefore, this kind of exercise is good only to jog their memories with these words, but that's not something I would recommend for practice. So, a quick exercise at the very beginning of a lesson or a quick exercise at the very end of the lesson. That's it. Remember that it may take up to 2 minutes depending on the age and of course how advanced your learner is. I hope that you will be able to use such exercises. Remember about some online free creators to make also word search, and then thanks to a snipping tool we may copy and paste it into this Google document. Then we create the semi-transparent blocks and it's done, ready to play. Thank you for watching.